Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new video from International Publishers Academy. Okay, so today's videos, guys, is gonna be about the creation of a book. Okay, so many of the beginners out there are approaching to self-publishing without knowing, of course, what's the right process in order to create a book to publish. Makes sense, of course. Every self-publisher, I think, gone through this kind of a problem, this kind of a path and everything like that. So let's try to give a couple of answers to these problems. All right, so as I said in a previous videos, actually everything starts from the niche, more than the niche research. Since there are not so many different type of niches, we're supposed to select a niche. You prefer a topic. In a topic there are much more high ticket prices, or you think that creation of the book itself should be like easier rather than other niches in general. So you found out your niche. After we select our niche, we need to go deeper in the same theme in order to find out several keywords. Why several keywords and not only one keyword? Because we want to compare the things and the topics that we find out. We need to understand several aspects, which one is supposed to be better to publish in, which keyword instead is supposed to be thrown away. So once we decided our definitive keyword, basically we're supposed to analyze as much as possible the competition. Okay, because of course we're gonna publish a book, and our book, if we will be able to create a very well done job, will be competitive with the actual books already settled in the first position of the Amazon page of a data keyword. So we need to understand everything until the very end about what Amazon is proposing to their customers, which are the books that are selling the most, which are the books that are not selling, and especially why. So we are not going to keep in consideration also the best-selling books, but we will have a general overview also about the books which are not generating any money, because we need to compare, especially if you started from the very beginning, what makes a best-selling books compared with a flop. So one of the best ways to understand why a book works so well is trying to making the X-ray on it, basically. So we're supposed to have a total overview about the books, so try to compare the covers, to compare the total number of reviews, looking at the style of the cover, looking at the description, looking at the price, looking at a lot of things that I'm not gonna explain you of a matter of fact in this video, but they make a whole difference, especially if all of these elements are put together. So let's suppose that we find our keyword, and after it, what we want to do is to create our cover. Why do we start from the cover? Because actually we need to start, or at least in my personal opinion, it's better to start from the creation of the thing that needs much more time than the others. So to create the cover, actually what we need to do is mostly getting the subtitle done, trying to take the most out of the topic that the potential buyer is looking at, and try to make it as much as in copy as possible. We're gonna find the pen name, we're gonna find the subtitle, and after we decide, of course, at the very beginning, but the keyword, we have all the elements to create the cover. First of all, we will delegate the cover to our designer that is gonna work on it usually for a couple of days at least, anyway, a few days, and we can harness the rest of the time to work on the other aspect. So once we delegated the cover, one of the other things that we're supposed to do is, of course, writing down the description, especially because usually it doesn't take so much time. Even in here, it depends if you're gonna write the description on your own, and just do it if you really know how to self-publish, because the description, even though it doesn't seem that important, it is. Okay, so if you really know what the average customer interested in the keyword and then in your book is looking for, then you can ride the chance to make the description on your own. but otherwise just delegate it on someone else in order to get the best selling description as possible. But after it, of course, one of the biggest and important thing of the book is the book itself, so the manuscript. Even in here there are like different choices that you can run. So you can delegate the writing of the book to some freelancers, so some writers and stuff, if you don't have time, if you don't want to do it, if you don't know how to do it, or just because you don't want. So if you're gonna run this way, of course you gotta expect that the writing of a book is not gonna take less usually than 20 days, 1 month, okay? To be fair, actually. Of course, it depends on the total number of words, the level and complexity of the topics, and all of these things. But usually, at least, it's going to take 20 to 30 days. So, in this case, if you're going to be able to do it on your own with ChatGPT, or while you're gonna use other instruments, for sure you're gonna gain back a lot of time, and the time is really precious in this type of business as well. So we delegated our cover, we get done the description, and we decide how to approach the book writing. After it, of course, we need to add other things that they may come at the very end. I'm talking about the editorial reviews, I'm talking about the A+ content, which is something that usually we don't even need to put at the very beginning of the books, because maybe the book is not gonna sell and actually we don't even need to pay for them. So once we delegated all the books, we're gonna wait for them. And again, the faster you're gonna be, the more competitive you will become with the other people, and you will save much time, so to earn even much more and earlier. So more or less, that's the process of the book creation. There are several ways of thinking, because of course that's our personal way to create a book, and doing all these kind of steps numbered in this way, but that's not a rule, okay? That's our personal suggestion in order to save as much time as possible and go faster. Unless you don't have a better way that is gonna let you save much more time, or you're not gonna gain any kind of other advantages on it, that's the process and the way that we recommend to follow in order to create your book. Of course, if you consider again getting the book from freelancer, probably you're not gonna be ready, publish earlier than 1.5 months probably, because after you're gonna get your book done, maybe you're gonna ask for some revisions, that you're gonna format the book. Unless the writer is not gonna do it for you, you have to put all the things together, and then you still have to get the right version of the cover for the paperback version. So usually, for our personal experience, 1 month, 1.5, again depending all by several aspects, but are quite enough to be weighted. The goal, as I said before, is to go as fast as possible. So for example, if we're talking about us, we are able to publish, or more than to publish, to create and get all of the elements done for each book, usually roughly in around 2-3 days per book. So that's our personal way of working. As you guys know, we approached this business since several years ago. We have a lot of experience about it, and after a while we find the really right way that allowed us to go as fast as possible with the minimum effort. So it's something that, again, if you're gonna start from scratch, you need to understand the really way of working about it. And then once you will get it done on your own, you will understand what I was talking about in terms of deliveries, things to fix, mistakes, and all of this kind of stuff in order to be faster. So basically, if you're looking for further informations or any way to improve your self-publishing business, you are still looking for a way to start because you still haven't taken your first step into the self-publishing business, we, as International Publishers Academy, we offer consulting, course, and path in where we bring people from the very beginning until their desired goals. So stay tuned for other videos and precious information like those, and see you in the next one. Bye.